All right, we are now live. Sorry about the slight delay. Parents, sometimes they just call at the absolute worst times. My mom was having an issue with streaming Netflix, so we are live now. And welcome the Heydu and Patrick Carlotti. So, just disclaimer, this is the full version of Forza Motorsport 7. I just received this today. Embargo was just lifted 2 minutes ago. So let's live stream this puppy. And I've done a little bit of testing with it so far, and I put a few hours in. And I have some early impressions. But yeah, so I've tested out a few cars, few tracks. So let's just do free play first off. Show you some of what there is. One thought, though, is I'm not a big fan of the user interface for this. Props to them for allowing us to use mouse and keyboard to navigate, but it feels overly complicated. For example, we're in free play right now, so just go to race, car collection, prize crates, mods. You have to either click on setup or use the paddle shifter to get to setup. Then you can select car, and then you either have to buy a car or rent it, which is sort of similar with the interface for Forza for the past couple titles. So I think to start off, let's do an IndyCar. So we'll do IndyCar, I think, at Sebring. And then to actually go to the select a track, you have to go into race setup. It's kind of buried in there. So now you have the full track roster. So decent track roster, I'll give them that. So Bathurst, Brands Hatch, Barcelona, Coda, Daytona, Dubai, Hockenheim, Homestead, Indy, Le Mans, Lime Rock Park, Long Beach, Maple Valley makes its return. Great to see that. Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, Monza, Mugello, Nürburgring, Prague, Rio, Road America, Road Atlanta, Sebring, Silverstone, Sonoma, Spa, Suzuka, Test Track, Top Gear Track, VIR, Watkins Glen, and Yas Marina. So, solid track roster, but then it gets a little more complicated because you have to press another button to see the different layouts. So Sebring full, the short, and the club circuit. So let's go full. And we're going to just do somewhat of a test session. And there isn't really like a free test drive. So you just had to set up a race and then just have it set to no AI. So a little irritating, as mentioned. I don't know what Forzathon is yet. Starting grid and test drive are grayed out at the moment. Do I like the darker, moody interface? I do like this interface, the theme of it. I don't like the navigation, but I like the theme. And I just realized we didn't actually select the full. So let's go there and then enter. So you have to hit enter to accept. And then let's just turn off the AI for now. I just want to show you just driving the car. So let's go to race. And now we're loading. Arriving at Sebring International Raceway full circuit. I gotta admit, this is a beautiful looking title. I spent some time earlier just taking screenshots. And hello, Bob Jenkins. Thank you for joining in. So, start the race. Eero 94. I believe it is going to be $60 on Microsoft Store. And I think I would recommend getting it at the Microsoft Store because you would get both the Windows and Xbox version. But I'm a little apprehensive. Force feedback is totally dead on track. I have no real like road texture feeling. Whoa. I do have like the pull, and then what's interesting in Forza titles in general is you have sort of this concrete point which sets the understeer threshold. So if I cross that point, the steering just, it doesn't really go limp, but you feel like a concrete spot where it just drops off. So it's weird to feel that. Did I adjust the steering wheel settings? Yes, I did. And the steering wheel settings are rather limited, which is also frustrating. And you can just see the steering ratio for an open wheel car is definitely, it feels loose. The steering feels really loose. That's what I would call it. And I'll show settings shortly. Whoa. My bad. But yeah, this is not impressive for open wheel. Please tell me we can get rid of the wheel and hands. I haven't really looked into that yet. Actually, no, I take that back. So there is a setting which you can do. It's another view that they added. So you have this, which is better field of view and gets rid of the wheel and hands. So they did this, which I think some people will like. Some people might not because it is a closer field of view. But I like this quite a bit. So yeah, there is this way to get rid of the wheel and hands. You just don't have as wide a field of view. And I just hit the wall a bit. What's interesting, because this is one of the few titles I've actually seen that has heat haze modeled. So looking at distance, it looks all shimmery in the background. Seat height, etc. I'm not sure if you can adjust that, unfortunately. Is there wheel calibration? I don't believe so. That's one of the things I just have a gripe with, to be honest. The wheel settings leave a lot to be desired, and I'm just way off. I'll show you the settings that I have real quick. Project Cars 2 has heat haze as well. Okay, thanks. So let's go into settings and options. So we go into controller, and this gives us the input options. So there's the controller layout. There's the option to drive with a keyboard. I wouldn't really recommend it. But this is how you have everything here. Like the map controls. It does support multiple devices. So you see device 1, device 2. Device 1 is my Heusinkveld pedals, which they work well. However, you do need to manually calibrate them in Forza. So, for example, I was able to go into DI view, log my numbers, and then you go into the advanced settings. And if you look, acceleration axis dead zone, I set it to 11%. And that is the natural point where my throttle pedal is with no input. Maximum is 32%. So that is basically the full range of my accelerator pedal by default. And then deceleration, 5% to 98%. That's what's comfortable for me. Clutch, 16% off, 45% on. That's how it feels naturally. And then for wheel force feedback, we have the vibration scale, which is vibration intensity. Force feedback scale, I have it set to 80. However, it's not really doing much. Steering sensitivity, you're going to likely want to keep this at 100. Steering linearity, keep it at 50. If you turn it above 50, it becomes oversaturated, which means if you turn the wheel a little bit, it's going to turn more. So it's going to turn more in the game than you're turning in real life. If you set it lower, that means it's going to turn less than you are turning in reality. So I set it to 50 because that's the linear. Are these developer suggested settings from the demo? Not that I know of. And then force feedback understeer, that's sort of what I talked about with that drop off, where you're turning and all of a sudden you just feel that drop off. I turned it down a little bit. I think it was up to 100 by default. It felt a little too weird off. I lost some sensation, so I just did that. Minimum force is set to, I think, 100 by default. I might turn that down to about 80, though. Wheel damper was also, I think, set to 100, but I'm setting this down. But yeah, so center spring scale, 50 by default. And it feels a little weird with it off. So I might turn it up a little bit. And that's one of the frustrating things with this. Force feedback, I cannot get it set up properly. It's frustrating. It always feels almost like there's input lag, and I don't get that one-to-one reaction. And Bob Jenkins, yes, I am using the Fanatec Clubsport wheel V2.5. One of the things I do like over Forza 6 Apex and Forza Horizon 3 is A, the multiple device support, and B, you can actually use any Fanatec rim. I believe Forza Horizon 3 and 6 Apex, you had to use the full Fanatec ecosystem, including Clubsport pedals, and then you also had to use an Xbox One compatible rim. This, you can use any Fanatec rim. On the forum, one of the devs provided suggested settings on the demo release, improved things a lot. Okay. I did take a look over forums and I tried matching some other people's settings that they used with the Clubsport wheel, and it's all right. You just lose so much texture. I mean, look. In any other title, it would just be going nuts. In this, we're driving on an old airport with bumps and not feeling a dang thing. And, I mean, we're sure as heck not clipping because we're going in a straight line. There's no load being forced on the wheel. So it's like, what gives? Because I think if force feedback was improved, this could feel pretty solid. I mean, I want more steering lock, though. It just feels like there also isn't enough steering lock. Let me try something. I'm going to turn down my wheel's degree of rotation. So I just turned it down from 900 to 720. See if that feels any better. Whoops. Definitely a little more agile. But then the issue is the wheel is sure as heck not 1-to-1 now. I'm only turning about 90 degrees and or 45 degrees and boom, the wheel there is just a lot more. So this angle works pretty well though. Hot Rod Jeremy. I'd beg to differ though, because I've driven races in this with this car track combo and plenty of other titles. And yeah, it's just very floaty in the steering. I'm not running multiple monitors right now. I'm just running single monitor. I did test this earlier with triples, and it looked pretty good. Handled it pretty well with my GTX 1080. So here, we should have no problems. Yeah, that's okay now. It's just interesting. This doesn't feel nearly as agile as, say, the R Factor 2 version, the Project Cars 2 version, the Race Room version, the iRacing version. This is just the most dead feeling DW12 I've ever driven. Nope, not SLI, single 1080. Hello, Whip Diddy Whip. How are you today? Yeah, I gotta admit, this is a beautiful looking title. I mean, yeah, don't drive with a wheel in third person. I'm just doing this so you can get an idea on how this is supposed to look. Whoa, what the heck happened with my screen? I just realized I'm covering up part of it. Surprised none of you told me. Sorry, Bob, it held your message for review for some reason. But man, this is definitely one of the best better looking racing games out right now. So I turned it back to automatic, which defaults to 90 degrees of rotation. And it's just very floating. So yeah, I'm going to fix this real quick. Hold on a second. I don't know why that got covered up. There we go. Bob, there you go. Aaron's, no, it didn't release a day early. They sent me a review copy. So that's how I have it. But if this is any indication, I'm hoping there's a day one patch that fixes some parts with the wheel. The wheel experience with this wheel, it's not exciting, really. I did testing with the controller earlier, and it really, the controller felt good. It felt fun. I'm just not getting much communicated through the wheel here. I mean, I think you can have fun with the wheel, but I think you could have a lot more fun if it was set up a lot better. And it's frustrating because they told us that they were planning on improving the feeling with the wheel. They said they were teaming up with Fanatec to improve force feedback. And it's like, I'm driving with a Fanatec wheel. Still leaves a lot to be desired. Okay. Sasquatch. Is it the wheel or the game? I'm gonna say it's the game, because with any other title, I get a lot better force feedback. It feels really good. It really does a good job communicating. For this, it's just meh. So let's do a race. And we'll discuss some other gripes I have. Sasquatch noticed a little stutter. That could also be because I'm streaming, because that puts additional load on a GPU. So let's go back to free play. And let's try GT3. So GT3 event. I think that'd be fun. So yeah, you have to go to rent a car if you can't afford to buy one. Great car roster, I'll give them that. They always like put it out of the park when it comes to car rosters. So let's go with the Huracan GT3. Sasquatch, this is not the Forza demo. This is the full game. This is the full game. Can't you play multiplayer? I could launch multiplayer, but since no one else really has the game, I think that's kind of a moot point. Okay, so Sonoma Raceway. Or wait, whoops, I hit the wrong button. Sonoma Raceway, let's just go full circuit. Max drive tars is 23. Let's do 6 laps. Okay, so screen covered up again? I don't see it covered up, Nocturnal. Nocturnal, it is not covered up, I can tell from the stream. But one other thing that's like people were talking about was dynamic day to night and weather. For Sonoma, nope. Some of the tracks don't have that. So keep that in mind. That weather and night racing is dependent on the track. So it's not actually dynamic day to night or anything. So just keep that in mind. So let's make sure we got the right class too. So we were doing GT. Where's GT3 or anything? I really wish it's just simple like GT3 or something. Let's just do GT Racing Reborn. I hope that's it. Damper and spring setting on your wheel turned up? Yeah, they are. I just realized also, since I hit back, nope, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. So, Sonoma, max drive tars, 23. Let's just do 5-lap race. And then car division. Or Forza GT, that's it. Physics and force feedback are better in Project Cars 2. Yes, that is something I'll just say hands down. This, I really wish it was better. I did test out before, and it's like, yeah, menus are definitely controller-fied. It's frustrating. Like, with a controller, this is fun. But with the wheel, not so much. And we're likely going to run into another issue with this setup. I haven't tested this car specifically, but one thing I'll just note is that I think there's an issue with simulation steering. So I'll go through the assists once this loads. But there are different modes for steering. And different modes that you're able to test out. And one of those is simulation. There's also normal. There's easy mode too. I think the simulation steering's broken. So let's go to setup assists. So you can see custom suggestion line on. I turned ABS on to be on safe side. I was using simulation steering for last. Manual transmission, simulation damage, rewind, I just turned on because it's going to be weird. So, let's just see how this goes. Okay, so we're in the Lamborghini GT3. I'll say it sounds pretty good. Whoa. And there's the first corneritis. Brakes are really touchy in a lot of cars. Hello, Dimitri. Nice to see you in here. But look how little I'm actually steering. I'm not really going anywhere past 45 degrees. There, little more. But watch this. Here's 90. And slide. Kind of realistic, but still it doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, Crazy Dan, it's nice that they have that option for the angle with no wheel. And this is a great field of view for single monitor. I haven't tried this angle with triples, but it's nice for single. And all things considered, it's not a horrible game. It's fun. They actually did some things well. They have the multiple USB device. So there was no USB device support or multi-device support in Forza Horizon 3 or in Forza 6 Apex. So it's great to have that. This has triple monitor supports and I just spun. So let's rewind. Because it's a game, let's treat it like that. But yeah, just totally spun there. I almost never spin here in any other title, which is just mind-boggling for me. But for some reason in this title, it just sends me crazily spinning. And Sonoma's one of my better tracks. But this just feels like I'm on edge. I can catch slides, but man, this car is just easy to slide. You can see I'm just fighting it. But man, this is pretty fun once you get the hang of it. But just no, this is not simulation. Just don't think of it like that. Just think of it as a fun game, distraction, just fun, goof off, car culture, collect the cars, tune them, soup them up, and then you can just have fun with it. Because with a controller, this is so much fun. I'll say that. This is, I spent a couple hours just playing it on my 4K TV with my Xbox One S with a controller. And it's like, yeah, I can have a lot of fun with this. So it'd just be fun, hang out with friends, maybe play split screen on the Xbox on a big screen TV. For this, it's okay. It's nothing like really, yeah, it's okay. Not good, or not great. It's passable. I've definitely driven worse, but I guess I need to rewind more. Did you try backing down to steering sensitivity? I've tried that, but then that causes its own weird stuff that I've just found. So I just kept it at 100. If I had it any lower, it just caused its own weird stuff. But yeah, it's like if you just barely steer, it's all right. But I mean, still, it's like that spun me out. And that one even spun me out in iRacing. And iRacing is known for me notoriously like finicky in turning. Yeah, it's definitely not really telling me when the back comes out from under me. It's more I just have to react to visual cues more than anything. The force feedback isn't really communicating much to me. So, yeah. Force feedback is a massive for me. Because it's like, boom. No indication of that. And it's like, boom. Total a car right off a Lamborghini. Had no indication whatsoever that the car was going to come around. No indication. Definitely built for a controller, but it's frustrating because they were promoting this, saying they were working with Fanatec, they were going to improve the force feedback. They hired a new guy to work on the force feedback. It's like, okay, what happened? And it's interesting because I'm not sure if it's just Fanatec wheels that have this issue, but I drove with a Logitech G920 at Sonoma Raceway, and it felt better. Game wheel is also not 1-to-1. That's what's frustrating. Because Forza, it always has the wheel just locked to 90. So anything more than 90, and it's just meh. Seems like there's a lot of visual input lag as well. Because I'm turning 90, it's 90. So it's 1-to-1 until about 90 degrees. And then this wheel just stops. Very similar to what iRacing had. But I mean, I have a lot of fun with this with a controller. So if you're looking for a fun controller title on a big screen or something, I'd recommend this. But for wheel racing, go with P-Cars 2. So much better with a wheel. So yeah, I'm literally tiptoeing it in. I mean, I clipped the grass there and it still shot me off, which is kind of realistic. But I'm literally tiptoeing. What do you think, or what do I think about R Factor 2? R Factor 2 is hands down one of my favorite simulations. I love the way everything works. I wish it had more content, and thankfully we're getting more content. We're going to be getting the Bentley GT3 soon, which is great. How big is the download? Ooh, boy. Around 60 gigabytes, but when it's all said and done, this is going to take up 100 gigabytes on your hard drive. That's just insane. Like, I mean, sure, it's 800 cars and tracks, but it's like, sheesh. So also, people with bandwidth caps, keep that in mind. Okay, Bob, sorry that censored you. Forza 7 best visuals in a racing game. Yeah, I really enjoyed the visuals. Oh, fudge. I was about to hit pause, but on the Universal Hub, pause is different on this, so I hit the wrong button. I want to show you something real quick. So the photo mode, you actually have photo mode, and you can use it with a mouse and keyboard. I love photography myself, so I've always enjoyed the photo mode in this. But yeah, you can see this car's beat up. Focus. And that's a pretty nice shot. I mean, you can tell it's a little game-y. The lighting just feels that hair off. It's kind of uncanny valley, but that's a good shot. So yeah, you can just hit enter, save. Beat up Lambo. And you have saved shot. Filters, let's take a look. So effects mode. I don't really see anything specific filters. You can turn on sepia. Vignettes. Not really a fan of that myself. Water on the lens, which would be okay for rain. But this isn't rain, so there's no water to be on the lens. You can make the colors really pop. Oh, that almost burns your eyes a bit. Brightness. I think if you turn down the brightness, maybe. Up the exposure a bit. I think we could get this looking closer. Will custom skins in-game be visible in online multiplayer events? I'm not sure. But yeah, so I think that this looks better now. Like, so up the exposure a bit. So yeah, that looks good. I like the look of that. But yeah, so photo mode, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. You can focus on other cars too. So with that, that puts my car in the background. So focus on the Corvette. And boom, you get a pretty decent shot of the Corvette. Dirt effects look pretty good on it. Like, definitely turn 10, great job with the visuals. Just wish the physics were better. That's my thought, my 2 cents. Sure, it's pretty, but it's also pretty cruddy handling. Handling could have been so much better. I don't think I'm going to make the pass on him. Whoa. Wow, he really checked off. He really checked up. Like a dumb hot chick. Okay. That's one way to put it. Also, I'll just say, this looks gorgeous in HDR. Hey, Take Drogos. Good morning to you too. It's playable with a wheel. It's not really fun with a wheel. That's what I would say. It could have been a lot better with a wheel. This is definitely a gamepad title. So I wonder, so free play, you do multiple race stuff. Okay, so let's try rain. So race setup. So let's set up the race for this. Let's do Laguna Seca, because we also tested that in the rain and Project Cars. So this would be a good benchmark. We'll bump it down to, I think, 16 cars on track. Oh, come on. Let's just use the mouse and keyboard to sort this. Are you kidding me? you don't have the option to do rain at Laguna Seca. That's frustrating. This is Long Beach. Day. No night rain, or no night or rain at Long Beach. Lime Rock Park, let's take a look. Just day, no night or rain. Le Mans is a bit long. I want to see what other tracks have rain. Brands Hatch, it's Britain. There has to be rain. Yes, thank God, there's rain. So let's see how many laps you can actually run. You can run up to 50 laps. Wish it had more, especially for oval racing and other events, because a lot of races are more than 50 laps. Kind of frustrating to see that. They also have the option to do a timed race. Thank you, Dennis Martinez, for subscribing. So 3 minutes. You have up to 4-hour races, so that's better for timed racing. But circuit race, kind of sad. Spoiled by Project Cars 2. Just spoiled by other titles in general, because R Factor 2 even has rain, I think, at any track. And Nocturnal, good to see you in here. So let's do the Acura NSX. That should be a fun car to drive. And then race setup, car division. Let's just do any, see what happens. Fun on the Nordschleife with 50 laps. Okay, so go to race. Never rains in California, I guess. I beg to differ. In January this year, my house got damaged by some flooding. So, yeah, it definitely rains in California at times. Just saying. Just not often. Now we wait for the load. Yeah, Rasalum66. I sort of detected that. Gotta love the shameless advertising on the helmet and the suit. So let's see how this goes. So we have it set to rain. Race setup. Let's see real quick. So we have it set to rain. Not seeing any rain right now. Test drive. Let's give that a go. Please let it rain. Got a new achievement. Joyride. I am not seeing any rain. What's going on? Is it just no rain in test drive? May the rain is gradual. I'm kind of confused right now. Looks like a nice clear day for the UK. And note that I have this, I think it's like high and ultra settings. So it's not down to that. This car feels a little better, at least, than the other car I was driving. Buy Rain as DLC. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, let's jump out of this. Finish test drive. Hello, Bartman. Sasquatch, no, steering wheel is not always missing. I just had it set to the camera angle that removes the steering wheel. So let's take a look. Start race. Rain, please. Rain, please. That's not rain. And that's an interesting mix of cars. We got a Ferrari, we have Group 5, and we're right in the middle of the pack. That's definitely first corneritis. I guess the AI is... That's almost worse than Project Cars 2. Dang, this fly's annoying. Downside of driving in a garage, you get flies at times. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's oversteer right there. Hey, Fersen, good to see you. I'm not sure if I'm going to boot up Project Cars 2 because I wanted to focus on this and some thoughts. But let's hope, because this is 5-lap race. Maybe lap 3 is when the rain starts. Fersen, definitely arcadey. This is nowhere near the level of a simulation, in my opinion. Just so weird steering dynamics. And no, there is no VR support on the PC version. Just triple screens. So I'm literally racing in an Acura NSX with like a V8 supercar. That's just weird. Hey, Crate, views on physics, meh. Force feedback, dead. Driving the cars is weird. Definitely, I will say it is a lot better on a controller. But with a wheel, it's just not that much fun, which is frustrating because they said they were going to improve the wheel experience. They said they were going to make it better. It's like, what happened? Whoa! I mean, I caught that slide. That was okay. I mean, yeah, this... let me think of a good analogy. This is like Paris Hilton. Pretty good looking, but doesn't have much else going for it. And it's uncomfortably loose. I know that's a horrible joke, but... So we're going into lap 3 and still no rain. Oh wait, wipers are on. Wipers are on. All of a sudden, yeah, it's like just suddenly came on. So you can see the drops on the windshield. Whoa! I just got wrecked. Rickety, rickety, wrecked. Holy power slide, Batman. Yeah, I can't really control the wipers. They are responding to the conditions, I guess. So you can see the puddles starting to form. Alright, Nocturnal. You've had your moment. One thing I will mention, though, is it seems like the raindrops are more dynamic in Forza than in Project Cars 2. Project Cars 2, I got to a point where I noticed it was kind of scripted. This, I can tell it's dynamic, I think. But, yeah, I think that's like the only thing that's dynamic in here. Rain, bit underwhelming. Yeah, supposed to ramp up and then have the puddles and everything. Because the rain in Forza 6 had puddles and had hydroplaning and everything, and it was brutal. Rain coming off the tires looks good. Thank you for the sub, Evil Ash Lycan Wolf Cop. That is an interesting screen name. Don't get spray from any other cars on the windshield. Wow, I actually caught that slide. That was nice. One of the few nice moments I've had driving this car, I think. But yeah, not really seeing any spray kicked up. And AI just seems to not realize I'm there. Has control been compromised? Somewhat, but it's not bad. Maybe slightly slicker. Jared, I'm not going to tolerate that. This is your first and last warning. Probably best looking racing game, yeah. Thank you, F Psych. Whoop. Whoops. Hit those signs. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm pausing the stream. Jared, you are officially banned. I gave you a warning, and you refused to heed it. As mentioned, I do not tolerate that kind of behavior. And what's going on here? There we go. So rain just stopped too. So what is it, like pre-scripted where it just rains hard then stops? Because if that's the case, that's kind of disappointing. Hello, Waleed. Thank you for watching. Have I tried damage yet? It's okay with hard impacts. Light impacts, it's just not sensitive. Do I own a PS4 or would I buy? I'm guessing you mean Gran Turismo Sport. And my name is William. So yeah, like it's the weather's irritating. That the way they structured that makes it feel more gimmicky than anything. That's the frustrating part. Because you're not going into Forza Motorsport looking for gimmicks. You're going into Forza looking for a fun time, I guess. Actually, I don't know what you go into Forza looking for. But yeah, that's just kind of irritating in my opinion. Great. Yeah, this isn't my best driving. This car, force feedback and stuff is not helping much either. But look at that fog. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I just have nothing really communicated through the wheel right now. Yeah, another thing I heard, I want to say it was AR12 Gaming. They said that the tires automatically change while driving. So it's like, you don't need a pit to change into rain tires. The rain tires magically come on. Which is like, eh. We finished second at least. But yeah, that's frustrating with the rain. I'm paddling a boat. All mushy force feedback. Yeah. Yeah, pure arcade can be fun. I mean, there are a lot of arcade games I really do enjoy, but this trying it with a wheel, or it reminds me of Burnout Paradise. If you guys watched in the stream yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, I played Burnout Paradise. Super fun game, great controls with a gamepad. But do not try it with a wheel. Don't play it with a wheel. I don't play Burnout with a wheel, and this is almost similar in my opinion, where it's just like, I don't even know. And also, why the heck would you get rid, or wait, Sebring. Okay, yes, they do have rain and night. Never mind. Sonoma. Wish there was rain here, because it actually does rain in Sonoma County, believe it or not. Spa. There better be rain. Night and rain. So let's do night race at Spa. And I wish there was better selection for classes and stuff. Actually, I think that's actually in. So, circuit race, timed race, drag, drift, multi-class. So yes, they do have multi-class racing. That's good. That's good. Props for that. So let's do a 5-lap race around Spa. And let's try LMP1, I guess. So I'm going to switch my rim. So Audi, let's go with the 2014 R18. Let's just do that. And then go to race. So Spa at night with the Audi. I think one of the reasons people hold Forza Motorsport in high regard is because it's been around for so long. And this is the 7th Motorsport title. And I really enjoyed Forza Motorsport 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 got a little lackluster, and 7, it's like, what is it trying to do? What is it trying to be? That's what's confusing me. Multi-class will be LMP1 and Group C again. Let's find out. Maybe one car will at least be really good fun. Hopefully. I don't want to see this title do bad. I enjoyed the heck out of it with a gamepad. But with a wheel... Wow, that looks genuinely dark. So let's start off. And yeah, it does look LMP and Group C, unfortunately. In this car, it almost looks better in this angle, though. Wow, wow. No feeling whatsoever out of Eros, or Erouge. No feeling whatsoever. Didn't feel the car under load or anything. Wow, that was disappointing. No feeling of the car under load. I think Gran Turismo Sport might have a chance to pass this up. I mean, sure, it's not going to have the car count or the track count, but in terms of driving feel, I think GT Sport might have a shot based on what I've heard from people. Yeah, I'm just getting no sensation through the wheel. I'm gonna hope for a day one patch, maybe around the time frame, but man, this is just, I don't even know what to say. Just does not feel good. And I mean, I'll do diligence. I'm gonna try experimenting more with it closer to release and everything, but man, this is just, I don't even know what to feel about this. The curbs, they feel good, actually. The curbs feel all right, but the track, I know these were never meant to be sims, but Forza Motorsport 5 felt better than this. Heck, to an extent, Forza 6 felt better. Forza Ryzen 3 gave me more texture. Whoa! Yeah, I'm hoping the issues with the force feedback get fixed, because if they do, this could be potentially alright. But right now, it's force feedback minimum force isn't working as planned. Controller nearby, I could hook one up. I have an adapter, I think, somewhere. Actually, no, I had to move that around. But possibly, I might be able to do controller. I think I have one near me. So we can give that a try after this. Sasquatch, that is a decent way to put it. This almost does feel like a chore. Yeah, Dimitri, that's what they're saying it might be, where there could be a bug or something. So hopefully that gets resolved. Yeah, that hurts to say, Bob, I know. But let me see if I can bust out a controller in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I'm getting no feeling of load through that corner. No feeling of load. But in the grass, I felt the wheel pull pretty hard, so that felt all right. Once you drive off the racing surface, it feels okay. But when you're on the racing surface, it just doesn't feel anything almost. I mean, I'm barely feeling anything. And I'm sure as heck ain't clipping. And boom. Let's rewind. We want a good finish. Rubbin's racing, boys. Rubbin's racing. If we're just goofing off, why not go to full Monty? Good. Let's just get the win at least, so that will get logged in my statistics. But yeah, if this is going to be the also one thing to think about is this is going to be a major esports push. People are going to be pushing the Forza Motorsport 7 esports. So what? Are they just going to use a controller or lie and pretend that Forza Speedback's all right? Because it's broken right now. There's no denying that. So hopefully it's fixed before release, or we're going to have issues on our hands. How was Windows Store experience? It downloaded all right, pretty quick. I haven't checked into the if files are locked away. I would venture to say so, unfortunately, though. That would be my guess. I'm not a big fan of rewind and racing titles, but it's like, yeah, it's in Forza, so why not just goof off a bit? It's a game after all. Yeah, Porsche's contribution. I'm concerned. Genuinely concerned. Letdown after letdown. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news. It's just... wow, I just had no feeling through the wheel. No indication of the understeer until it was like too late. Usually I could handle that flat out. In most cars, even like road cars, I could handle that corner flat out. I might have taken the line wrong though. Okay, last lap with this car. Yeah, bright side is we do have more sims to enjoy than ever. Definitely. But, man, this is fairly disappointing. I expected more from turn 10. especially this close to the actual release date. But yeah, people have been asking Project Cars versus Forza Motorsport 7. I'm going to emphatically say, especially for PC racing, Project Cars 2. This is just meh. Maybe this is an earlier build. That's what I'm hoping, but this definitely is close to the final build, because the final, this releases in about 6 days. Because September 30th to 5 days, actually. So this releases in 5 days. But, man, I just had no indication of understeer. It's like, ugh. So slam on the brakes. Okay. Oh, it's out tomorrow if you pre-ordered. Okay. Well, usually I can handle this flat on most cars. That worked out. But this is just... it's lackluster. I gotta say that. Yeah, they gave me the Ultimate Edition just yesterday, so been spending a few hours testing it, and it's like trying to fine-tune, trying to get decent performance out of this wheel, and it's like, ugh. Okay, so I should have a controller nearby, and I have an adapter nearby. Yep, my controller's over to the left. So let me see if I can set that up real quick. Okay, so I have the controller. I am looking for my adapter. Oh, okay, I'm back. I have the wireless adapter. It came with my Oculus Rift, so we can plug it in. Actually, I can't plug it into the front. I'm gonna have to plug into the back. 1 minute. Okay, so now we have the gamepad set up. So I'm just gonna take off the rim. sit back, relax a bit, and let's pick out a car and track to test out online. So, I just saw a couple new people come in. Dominic Barcy, Microsoft sent me it early to review. And Mark Armstrong Gaming, if you've watched over stream, I was just talking about how the force feedback is very, very lackluster. It has some issues. Driving experience with the wheel is not the greatest. So I had a few people ask me to test it out with a controller. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So let's go to race setup. Watkins Glen could be fun. So let's go to track select. Let's do Watkins Glen with the boot. And let's do 4 laps. So that's why I'm not using the wheel right now. So let's do circuit race. 3 laps. Let's try Formula E. That should be fun. So select a car. Rent car. When is the Track Racer RS6 review out? Unfortunately, I've been waiting on a part for a little while, and it somehow I think got lost in transit. So they're sending me a replacement part. So have to wait on that, and then the Track Racer is going to be in an action. So that's what I've been waiting on, and hopefully that's going to come sooner rather than later. Should do something with a lot of bends corners like Mugello. I'm just going to do Watkins Glen because that does have some corners and good driving. Should be fun to try out with the Formula E. Except for this, I'm going to turn to normal steering, ABS on, ABS braking only. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this. Yeah, Mark Armstrong, I had some minor issues with the wheel deck bolts. And they said they're going to send me a replacement. So that's what's going on with the Track Racer. Because I saw Inside Sim Racing's review, and they didn't have the issues. So hopefully the replacement's going to work well. Dig into Formula Cars and Project Cars too. That's what you're racing in career. Yeah, that's what I'm doing in my career live stream as well. So let's start the race. Let's see how this goes. I have to remember what gears are shift up and shift down now. Okay, so that's gears. So B is shift up. I'm guessing X is shift down. Yep. Yeah, you can see it's quite a bit more fun to drive with the gamepad, actually. It's easier to control. It has the rumble and the brake even on the PC version. Will this game be good with the Logitech G29? Well, I tested with the Logitech G920, which is basically the same. And they are saying that yeah, the G920 felt pretty good when I tested at Sonoma Raceway. Wheel to wheel contact. Man, this actually does feel pretty good with the gamepad. Whoops. Not the best driving, but we're having fun. So here's the cockpit camera. Look around. Yeah, this is going to be like friends with beer split screen. And that's what I've been actually talking about with my roommate, that we're going to just goof off. But I gotta say, one thing they really do well is the atmosphere. See that crane with the camera like in real life? You can see haze from the campsites. The flappy arm dude. Flappy arm dude. That's pretty awesome. Sound holds up pretty well. They do go more for, I think it's the, like, onboard camera angle sound, I think. Also, why is there no game sound? This is Formula E, guys. This is Formula E. There is no sound for Formula E. Hold on a sec. I'll turn the sounds all the way up, and I still think I can talk over them. So, I just turned up all the sounds. And yeah, I can still talk over it. And this is like the max volume on OBS. Formula E does not have sounds. But yeah, in terms of aesthetics, this nails out the park. But they need to fix the wheels. Or else a lot of customers are going to be pretty peeved. But you can see this is so much more controllable than the wheel. Yeah, Ian, they are a bit off. Not perfect, but I mean, it does sound like an electric engine. Bob, yeah, this is, you can tell it's more fun with this than with, like, a wheel. It's kind of sad how much so. Just bought the game seeing this video. Hopefully you're not disappointed with wheel and you're okay with gamepad. For now, at least. I'm hoping they do fix it. I'm hoping they do. I would love to see this title have some great wheel handling. So, RER Chevette, Ian, the force feedback just feels totally dead. The steering feels almost too touchy, per se. So, one guy put it this way. It almost feels like it's trying to translate a gamepad onto a wheel, where it just still feels really touchy. It's not true one-to-one for steering, and it's like, eh. So I found it almost way too easy to spin out with a wheel in spots I would never spin out with in any other title. Yeah, this is quite a bit more fun. Mark Armstrong Gaming. For this, I've tested at home with the combination of the Fanatec Clubsport Wheel V2.5 and the Heusinkveld Engineering pedals. And then I tested at Sonoma Raceway with the Logitech G920. Ian, I was testing with simulation steering, and it didn't feel good. Yeah, Sim Racing Tracker, nice to see in here. Yeah, this is definitely more towards the arcade side. With the steering wheel and everything, it didn't go well. Thank you, JD Mods, for the subscription. And sorry, R Chevette, it flagged your message. There you go. Mostly play with a controller. Should you go with Project Cars 2 or this game? That's tricky. Because it depends. What are you looking for? Are you looking more for... Whoops. Rest in peace, cones. Are you looking more for that car culture, tuning, modifying cars? If you are, then go with Forza 7 and just know that the wheel support is lackluster. If you are if you are looking more towards the racing rules and everything, then maybe take a look at the Project Cars 2. JD Mods. Can I show the customization? Yeah, let's take a look at that. Thank you, JDs, for subscribing. So let's go to quit. Yeah, the game handles well sideways on a gamepad. On a wheel, not so much, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Different racers, Project Cars, and Forza. So let's go to cars. Let's buy a car. Let's see what we can do. Thanks for the sub, Ian. We've been friends for... Dude, we've been friends for how long, and you finally now subscribe? Dude, I'm kind of offended by that. What can we buy? That's... Let me go... I think Volkswagen we should be able to buy. Because I'm a Volkswagen guy. My first car... Or not first car. My current car is a Volkswagen GTI. So, let's see. Mark III. RAV GTI. Ryan Burnett, Project Cars 2. Definitely, I think, more fleshed out in terms of customizing racing and stuff. So, I'd say you're better off with that. Let's go with the R32.
We got some new designs that you can use to personalize your car.
Recommended designs, yeah. Let's just go with color. I like blue. Is it worth it to buy the game? Forza, if you play with a gamepad, yes. If you, hold on. Buy. Stock parts fitted, okay. You have to unlock cars on here like older Forzas, yes. So let's go to tuning and upgrades. So there's homologate car, which is for... I guess a series, maybe? So let's go to upgrade shop. Forza AI is kind of bad, though. That's something to consider, though. So let's go to tires and rims. One thing to do for fun. So rim style. Sport rim, multi-piece, or specialized. Let's go sport. I want to see if they have the rim I use. I don't know if they have Motegis, though. Because I have Motegis in my real-life car. I wish there was a way to toggle through brands. Fix, Graham. Aggression on 30. Drivatars, yeah, those can be sketch. Momo tires. So... Motegi Racing. Those are... So they have Motegis. They don't have mine, though, I think. Mine looks similar to these. But mine have... Or it's black with a red stripe. So it looks like they don't have my rim. But I'll go with these. For the heck of it. So, yeah, those are rims. You can get front rim size. Thank you, Nahum Sola. Or Soleil. Sorry. So you can get 19 or 20. User paint schemes like Horizon 3? Yes, there are. So, 235, 245. I believe... I can't change the profile, so it's not like my real car. I should totally do WRC 7 video. I have it planned. I bought it, but they don't have multi-USB support. Come on, guys. So I have to swap out my Heusinkvelds for my Clubsport pedals to do the video. But yeah, so let's take a look. Conversions. Should be able to do a drivetrain swap. So you can convert it from an all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive if you wanted. I think I'm fine with all-wheel drive, though. You can change the aspiration from naturally aspirated to turbo, single, twin, positive displacement supercharger, or centrifugal supercharger. Upgrades brake division restrictions. So, Richard Burns Rally 2004 Rex Dirt 4. Yeah, to an extent. Richard Burns Rally doesn't have Rallycross, which is okay, but yeah, Dirt 4 disappointment. I know I reviewed it well before, but yeah, it's disappointing. So platform and handling. So let's put on some new springs. And one thing that's cool is you always see it lower the car. Ooh, that looks pretty good. That looks nice and lower. And then anti-roll bars. Chassis reinforcement and roll cage. Let's see if that actually shows. I'm not seeing any roll cage. I don't see a roll cage in the interior. That's kind of frustrating, because I think they've done that before. Weight reduction. Let's see if they actually do that. Nope. In the past they did. That's frustrating they don't anymore. So yeah, some things look better. Okay, so the brake pads, they do show improvements. So let's just go with that. And maybe change the exhaust. Show the BMW M5 E60. Alright, Sasquatch. Want to grab me a soda? So, exhaust. Let's install the race exhaust. And air filter for the heck of it. Let's see how we get the performance out of the car. Have some fun with it. Saving content. So the first car I bought, Volkswagen R32. Hello, Ravenous Beast. How are you today? I'm doing pretty well. I might wrap up the stream soon. Just a thought. Nazayak. I apologize if I got your name wrong. But yeah, I did try normal, and it did feel slightly better, but still didn't feel anywhere near what it should be. So visual customization. I'll do that real quick. So front bumper, you have a caricature bumper. Is there a difference? Or is it just weight difference? I'm not seeing any difference with the bumper. What the? I don't know what's going on, because I know what it's supposed to look like. Wing. This should be the test. I think there's a glitch. Guys, the wing's supposed to show up. Day 1 patch, please.
Well, this is where you could tweak it.
Oh yeah, that's tiny wing. So there's the stock wing there, but all the others remove it? Yeah, let's see what happens if it shows up on track. But yeah, they did give me free reign at 12:01 a.m. to test this out. I just bought the Forza wing, correct. So let's check something. My garage. Okay, there's the wing. You can see the wing now. That's an interesting wing. But yeah, so there's the wing. Okay. So, yeah. Let's just do tuning upgrades. Let's take a look one more time. And the roll cage, yeah. So, I guess I had to go into the garage or something. Yeah, now, okay, that's showing. That's funny. That just looks like it has a chin to it. Let's go with that. Shelby Motors, turn 10, they gave me this to review, so that's how I got it early. Okay, Oninger, that looks pretty good. Yeah, this is a press copy. So that was a weird bug, but now it looks like it's okay. I know beauty's subjective, but I gotta say, that looks pretty cool. I like the look of that. The wing, not the best, but not the worst. Let's take a look at other options. So yeah, these are all just very, very subtle. Then it's like, boom. Matte black or dark gray. Yeah, let's check out some colors now. So we can do that. Secretly sent me the patch. So let's take a look. Paint and customize. More customization and Need for Speed. I don't know about window stickers. So yeah, paint. Paint the body. That looks pretty close to the color of my actual car. So that's like matte gray. I don't know about you, but the white looks pretty awesome. But yeah, that's the thing. Forza is great for customizing. Some people, so they have carbon fiber textures for people who like that. They have the test camo, the mule, they call it that, but thanks for the sub, Ben Barnett. So I'm just gonna do that. Carbon fiber. I think I'm just experimenting right now. Carbon fiber. Reminds me of Need for Speed Underground. Yeah, that reminds me in the best possible way. So carbon fiber matte. Not bad. So let's see. Paint the rims. Gotta admit, that looks pretty cool. Tint the windows. So yeah, you can tint the windows to make it look nice. Save the current car. Not bad looking. I'm gonna say that. Not bad looking at all. WRC physics? Yeah, I'll have to try it. I do have Forza Horizon 3. Somebody actually gifted it to me. Lumos Hardkiller. He gifted me. So let's see. Apply decals. Let's see if we can apply some to the window. So let's see. Wing, left side, new layer. Let's see what happens. Manufacturer decal. Volkswagen. Looks like we can't put it on the window. Not surprised though. So let's just put some decals. Manufacturer. Let's see. Do they have the Motegi logo? Because that's what I actually use on my car. That's funny. They have Turn 10, Forza 5, Forza 2, Forza 6. A lot of different decals. Wish they had more decals though. It seems kind of limited. So I'm gonna try something though. So let's see. Option or new layer. Insert from the other side. Nice. Windscreen stickers. I'm not seeing anything for windscreen. Force feedback is still bad. You're friendly, a-hole. And hey, JDM Tom. Nice to see you in the stream. But yeah, I don't see any option for the customizing, unfortunately. Don't see any for customizing of windshield stickers. I mean, wouldn't it be awesome to just put a Fig Newton sticker on the windshield? Yeah, let's hope some of you guys know what the reference is from. But man, that car doesn't look bad. Pink car with Playboy. Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner. So let's go to free play. Hugh Hefner, one of the few people who's died, and you can't really say he's in a better place now. So I'm just going to do a photo drive right now. Sim Racing Tracker, I am using OBS Broadcaster to capture this and the Nvidia encoder. So that's what I use. So let's see. Let's take it to the Nürburgring. Or is it Nordschleife? Yeah, Nordschleife. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, Sasquatch, Hugh Hefner actually passed away today or yesterday. So we'll take this car out to the Nordschleife. Let's see how this goes. And I'm just going to check out photo mode with this car and see how it works with the gamepad. Trade Day. This title, apparently for pre-orders, some people will get it tomorrow on the 29th. And then on October 3rd is the official release date. Huh, Sim Racing Tracker. I think I had that issue too. So let's see how this car goes. Oh yeah, I forgot it's manual transmission. But yeah, okay, so looks like window tint is accurately modeled too. And you see the roll cage. So yeah, you look out the sides and you see the window tint. But man, this car does not look bad, I'll just say that. Are there any FOV or seat adjustments? I don't know about field of view, unfortunately, and seat. Let's take a look. So, options, we have HUD, audio, video, and controller. Maybe in HUD? Did I turn off the camera movement option? I think so. Adjust the seat though, up, down, forwards, backwards. Not seeing any. Names over cars. Not there. Video. No. Unfortunately, it looks like. SRT Speedy Man Cave product. Yes, I am. As mentioned earlier in the stream, we were having some major issues with the wheel handling force feedback. So we decided, yeah, we're just going to experiment with the pad. So let's take a look at photo mode with this. See how good it looks. So focus is X. And then I believe, yeah, you see the dirt on the car. Yeah, shame you can't adjust the seats. But, oh man. That looks good, guys. That, oh, I like the look of that screenshot. Save. So I'm just going to call it R32. You have to use the keyboard, apparently, to type anything. Well, Denka 1337, I did drive through the grass a couple times. But the dirt looks pretty good. Is it 4K capture? I am not sure, actually. I am running this at 1920 by 1080. But also consider, I'm running with a 1080 or a 1080 graphics card, Ryzen 7, and I'm getting smooth 60 frames per second out of it just fine. I might experiment with my 970 later on to see how it works, but yeah. Yeah, Dimitri, I have a 3-door Golf, or not Golf, GTI 2013 model, so it's a Mark 6. Other Forzas, yeah, you can increase the resolution. When I first loaded the game, it was loading at full 4K resolution, so super sampled, but I decided to just turn it down. And I did some experimenting with triple screens on this, and it worked pretty darn well, so that's also great. Yeah, Watkins Glen Long, great track. Especially with the bus stop. Creates a challenge, and if you hit the bus stop just right, so rewarding. But yeah, I did some experimenting with my Xbox One S, and it's not native 4K, but it upscaled to 4K pretty well, and oh man, with HDR it looks incredible. But yeah, lighting definitely looks great in this. I want to also take another screenshot at the carousel, see how that looks. But yeah, this is a fun car. It's not too fast, not too slow. I don't want to total the car. Couple war wounds though. Never hurt too much. But man, this car's a lot of fun. But yeah, that lighting just looks great. I wish there was an option to set time of day and things like that, but alas, it's disappointing, but what can you really do? But yeah, the car customization is definitely top notch here. Probably get this one for the drifting. Yeah, I bet there is a dedicated drift race mode as well in free play. Yeah, helicopters, you can see them. And it's funny though, because you can actually hear them at Sebring, especially if you're driving the Formula E. So driving with the gamepad feels pretty intuitive, feels pretty good. Definitely a lot better than the wheel. Feels believable with the gamepad, if that makes sense. So there's the helicopter. Yeah, you could hear it. Yeah, colors tend to be oversaturated in Forza titles, and that does really give it a bit of a cartoonish look. And then I want to show you how to get some really good photos in the photo mode for this. So I'm going to pause when we hit the carousel. But man, there are a lot of helicopters here. There's another one. I don't think it's the same. Okay, so let's go into photo mode. Car's a bit beat up, but I think so you can toggle headlights and taillights. Come on. Is there a way to change altitude? Yeah, the triggers. Scenery and stuff popping on the screen. Funny, I didn't really notice that myself, but yeah, that could be. So what I tend to do, so exposure by default's at 50. Does full game support unlocked frame rates? I believe so. So I do that. I turn down color a bit. And note that this is definitely like your personal preference. Damage model in this game compared to Project Cars. Project Cars is definitely better in terms of damage. Because the thing with Project Cars is there is terminal damage big time. Where you can blow your engine, you can lose wheels. In Forza, not as much. So let's turn up the brightness a bit. Not too much though. So let's check that picture out. Still a bit of that cartoonish look. It's, for lack of a better term, you do really see, like, it feels kind of rounded and comic-ish. But yeah, you can turn on and off the headlights. Personal preference. But yeah, so save. Let's just do random name. Yeah, F12 all day on Steam. You would have to activate Steam Overlay yourself on this, I believe. But yeah, this I think saves into the Forza Motorsport database. And then you can export it. Or you can use, I think it's Window G for screenshots. Oh, this is going to be a good shot. I'm a photographer, guys, so you're going to have to put up with that a little bit right now. There is definitely a lack of visual damage, but oh man, that's a nice shot. In this, there's all right visual damage. Just random name, I didn't really care. But man, I love the photo mode in Forza. I love it in Gran Turismo as well. But yeah, so that's a way to get decent shots. I recommend upping the exposure a bit, maybe turning down the color saturation, and then you can get some great shots. That's my opinion. It's definitely styling. You can also modify in Photoshop if you wanted to do your own thing. But yeah, so that's my opinion on Photoshop, how to get the most out of your shots. Or not Photoshop, photo mode. But yeah, the version of the Nordschleife is also really good because I believe it's at least partially laser scanned by turn 10. Sasquatch. So I do have mechanical damage on and simulation damage on right now. So I'll do a crash test in a minute. Oh, Race Driver Grid. That was definitely an underrated title. I miss it. And I mean, man, you would have nightmares about racing against Ravenwood. Or was it Ravenwood? Or, yeah, I think it was Ravenwood. And it's like, they were easily one of the best teams. And that's one of the nice things, though. Grid had drivers that you would just come up against multiple times. You would, or no, it was Raven West, I think. Or it was either Ravenwood or Raven West. And you would have drivers that you would come across in multiple series, multiple races, and you would develop your own headcanon rivalries. So let's hit the wall here. Ooh, that sounded bad. Not much in the way of mechanical damage though there. Split screen on old CRT, yep. I used to have a 27-inch Mitsubishi that I played games on. Come on. Well, headlights are busted. Okay, it's Raven West. Thank you. Let's check something real quick. Assists. Yeah, simulation, damage, fuel, and tire wear. So it's still tracking straight after those couple hits. So yeah, damage does leave some to be desired. That was a hard hit. And it's still tracking straight. Do it head on. Okay. Good damage system in next car game, Wreckfest. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Adam West. May he rest in peace as well. So we're going 140 miles an hour. This is going to be a hard hit, guys. Oh! So yeah, that's quite a bit damaged. Steering damaged, driveline damaged. And yep, those tires are knocked off. If I did that in R Factor 2, the car would be totaled. So yeah, you can see it's pulling to the left now. But yeah, if you did an R Factor 2, you wouldn't have a car. Yeah, I had, it was like one of the first Sony Bravias. Oh wow, I just saw some popping on the track. So okay, at least the tires, they actually blow up. Like you will actually see the tires move around. But yeah, no way I should be driving. I mean, that was head on at 140 miles an hour. Yeah, I shouldn't be driving. So we'll do another head on, see if that damages the engine more. Well, you can see the car bouncing a bit because of damage on the suspension. Okay, tire barriers. Looks like I have shattered side glass. Front glass isn't shattered though. Yeah, side right there shattered. Bring up the telemetry, look at the damage. Okay. Heat, damage. 100% damage on the front, sides. Rear, not much damage. Steering is at 100% damage. No engine damage. Okay. That's interesting. No engine damage. No clutch damage. Driveline damage, yes. Fuel, so there's the fuel tank. Still no engine damage. What? Can you not damage from... Yeah, I'd have no wheels by now, so damage still definitely leaves a lot to be desired. Wow, one misshift and that brought damage up 25% to the engine. Up to 48% damage. Oh, yeah, misfire there. Engine is not in the rear. 56% damage. John Doe's cheap tank. %. We'll find out what happens when we get to 100. Yes, there is the closer dash camera that gets rid of the wheel for better field of view. 100% damage. Still drivable. But it's very painful. So I don't think you can actually blow it. Yeah, we're down to 40 horsepower. 52, 53, 54 horsepower. 43. Oh, it's painful. It's painful. 51 horsepower. Yeah, this car, I might have to file an insurance claim. Okay, I'm calling this a write-off. You can drive a car 300 miles an hour in Horizon 3 and jump over hills, barrel roll, and still keep going. Yeah. Yeah, in R Factor 2, if you do some very fast downshifting, you can blow your engine. Yeah, here you can't blow it. And heck, one downshift, I had a mistake with the Porsche 962C. And boom, completely torpedoed the engine in Project Cars 2. So it's like, yeah, sheesh. Totally torched. So I think I have room for one more test. So let's try something. Let's find a car. We have 40,000 credits. So I also have the Fast and Furious pack. So why not take a look at that? And then also like the Heusinkveld pack. It came with Jaguar LM. So let's take a look. Wow, check that out. That's pretty sick. So let's take this Dodge Charger to Mugello, because this looks like a lot of fun. Funny, you can paint it. Okay, for the hell of it, let's do the mule color. That looks pretty epic. Ken's Mustang, I'm not sure yet. But oh man, that's pretty cool. That is sick. So let's see how this goes. So free play. And race setup. Mugello. Whoop whoop. Craziest looking. Yeah. Yeah, Forza's about being silly, having a laugh. And you can see the reflection in the dashboard. Gotta love that center console there. Move over, Tesla. This might be the most BA console. Hold on a sec. Photo mode. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that's pretty epic. Marty McFly's engine in the back. Thanks for the follow, Chimpy Man. There's more helis than in rally games. Yeah, there are a lot of helicopters. Oh, that looks cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Try to put focus on the rim. Maybe in shortly. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, this is going to be a great shot, I think. Yeah, smoke is still puff puff. But man, can't fault that look. Yeah, buddy. This is just so crazy. Picture filters like in GTA 5. Yeah. Let's see. Can we catch it? Nope. Or kind of did. This car is definitely goofy. If you're able to use sweet effects, I'm not sure. My concern is that the files for this are likely encrypted, protected. So that would be my guess. Alexander Bork, with the wheel, it's not that great. With the wheel, the force feedback is very dull, very lifeless. That's why I've switched over to the gamepad. And having a lot of fun with the gamepad, though. Man, this car sounds great. Just realized we have, I think, stability control on. So let's try turning that off. So assists. Traction control. Off. Okay, this should make things a little more interesting. Something weird just noticed is this car doesn't shift. Like, the driver animation's no shifty. Or wait, assists. I accidentally pressed... Or wait, super easy, no. Let's see if we can actually get some wheel spin. Not really getting any wheel spin out of this. Yeah, this is definitely gamepad kind of game right now. But yeah, it's currently 2:16 a.m. so I might cut this stream short and I might do another one soon. I also need to do my project or continue my Project Cars 2 career. Maybe also I finally did all my benchmarking for my Intel versus Ryzen comparison. So that should be also coming soon. Trade Day, this is on the PC. Can I show pit stop? Okay. Guitar Hero controller. That would be fun. WRC7, I'm gonna try doing that later this week. But yeah, I'm not getting any braking, or not braking, but any braking free of the rear tires. Could be just the car though, I'm not sure. Little slide there. So pit stop, let's take a look. This looks like it's the same as in Forza 6. I don't think this is all-wheel drive. I thought it was rear-wheel drive. Yeah, this was the demo track with the trucks. Mugello. But yeah, I'm getting kind of tired, guys, so I think I might wrap up the stream in a sec. Let's try Burnout. That's disappointing. Can't really do real burnouts. There are options for a mandatory pit stop, I believe. Okay, I gotta take a picture of that. Front wheels get hot. Yeah, that could be all-wheel drive then. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, should get some rest soon. You can hardly see the car, but kind of cool shot. But yeah, for Forza series, Horizon is fun. It's just goofy fun, I think. So let's see if... But yeah, I just enjoy games like this. I goof off, have some fun. But yeah, I might try some older games too, maybe. I have a PS2 lying around if I can get it to do game capture and stuff. So I'll keep you guys posted on it. But yeah, I think for now, I'm getting pretty pooped, guys. So I'm going to call it a night. Thanks, guys, for watching, though. Wheel controls for Forza 7 so far, meh. Gamepad, quite a bit of fun. So if you're a gamepad racer, want to try stuff out, I recommend Forza 7. For wheel, maybe not yet. I'm hoping they patch it up. But so far, I've had some pretty good fun with it. So I might do some more coverage later, and I'll see what I can do for more coverage of different titles and stuff. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next videos.